Hi, my name is Ashlyn Rogers, and I'm going to be talking about the threats and benefits associated with horseshoe crabs. The horseshoe crab species I'm going to be discussing is the Atlantic horseshoe crab. To start off, I'm going to tell you some general facts about horseshoe crabs. Their body structure has changed very little in the past 400 million years, leading to them being called living fossils. Horseshoe crabs have a hard exoskeleton, which is their main defense against predators, and they have 10 legs that they use for walking along the ocean floor. Horseshoe crabs have bodies that are divided up into 3 sections: the head, abdomen, and tail. These crabs are named for their U shape, which looks similar to, you guessed it, a horseshoe. Though their appearance is similar to crabs, they are more closely related to scorpions and spiders. Horseshoe crabs take an average of 10 years to reach sexual maturity, with an average lifespan of 20 years. This is one reason why their population is sensitive, as they do not have the ability to quickly replenish their population numbers. Horseshoe crabs breed and lay their eggs on coastal beaches in late spring, usually in May or June. A female horseshoe crab may lay up to 90,000 eggs each season, but only 10 will survive to adulthood. Horseshoe crabs are listed as vulnerable on the IUCN Red List, and some threats being faced by horseshoe crabs are overharvesting and habitat loss. Horseshoe crabs are harvested by fishermen for use as bait and by medical researchers for their blood. Horseshoe crabs have blue blood due to a lack of hemoglobin and the presence of copper. Their blood contains a protein called limulus amoebocyte lysate, or LAL, which coagulates when it comes in contact with impurities in the blood. For this reason, LAL has been taken from their blood since the 1970s and used to test medical equipment and medicines to ensure that there is nothing present that will harm the patient. However, when horseshoe crabs are harvested, about 1/3 of their blood is taken, and 20 to 30% of harvested horseshoe crabs die from this process before they return to the water. The remaining horseshoe crabs are released but act disoriented for about 2 weeks. Currently, the crabs are being harvested when they come to the beaches to breed. However, the disorientation caused by the harvest of blood forces them to discontinue the breeding process. This is why it has been suggested by different science and conservation groups that the medical researchers wait until after the breeding season to harvest the blood necessary for their medical practices. As I mentioned before, horseshoe crabs are also being affected by habitat loss, as humans continue to develop the areas that they use to breed, restricting their access to the shores. Not only are horseshoe crabs essential in today's medical practices, they are also a required part of the food chain. Migrating shorebirds rely on the eggs of the horseshoe crabs to replenish their energy during migration. The bird's digestive system shut down during migration as the metabolic processes take up a lot of energy, which needs to be redirected to fuel their long flight. Horseshoe crab eggs are plentiful, easily digested, and high in fat, which is perfect for what these migratory birds need. In order to sustain the horseshoe crab population, they should be placed on the endangered species list, more restrictions should be made on fishermen and medical researchers, and their breeding habitats should be reconstructed to suit their needs. I hope you learned a lot about horseshoe crabs from my video, and I hope it changed your perspective on the importance of these living fossils and the necessity that they are in today's world, both to humans and the ecosystems they are part of. Thanks for watching my video!